Politics in Bihar is turning over a new leaf. While the regular violence, showmanship, and corruption is all there, the educated appear to be taking more of an interest in the elections 2020. While some have a lineage to back them up, people like Manish Barriarr have no political background at all. All he has is a frustration about the system that he finds dysfunctional. After completing his MBA from the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, New Delhi, Manish went on to complete his PG on organizational leadership from University of Oxford. But he came back to teach at a private institute in Patna. The teacher has now turned into a social servant and is making his journey towards being a politician with his own political outfit, Voxes. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So, I was watching a few of your interviews, and you've said that your inspiration to join politics came from the fact that you've seen a dysfunctional system yourself as a part of the Aam Aadmi or the Janta. You have seen a dysfunctional system and you wanted to change it. But we have seen others join politics who come in and, they educated people who come in and they say, I want to change something, but then they disappear. Do you have a long-term plan?
See, what I have observed, especially in Bihar, and I think it's true pan-India also, is that the value of an elected representative has come down a lot. And the value of symbol of a political party has gone up. So it's like a brand like Pepsi or McD. What is inside, people are not even looking at it. And that's the reason why most of the elected representatives, you find they don't have the stuff which people are looking at. So it's like you create a brand of a leader, right? One leader around which everything moves, maybe two leaders. And then you create that brand, and then people, and a symbol, and it could be any party symbol. And then people just jump over that particular symbol. Now, even if you put, I'll just be slightly crude, but in Bihar, it has happened, and in many of the places, if you put a dog on that symbol, that dog is going to win. So people have lost their wisdom completely. So, and which is why, if I analyze and see, most of the elected representative, including ministers, they don't have a say, they don't understand what, an IS officers who are well educated, and they're very intelligent. So they quickly understand that these guys are actually not really, they don't understand investment, they don't understand industries, education policies. So these guys are taken for a ride. So the power now has got concentrated at the top, the chief minister, deputy chief minister level, and the bureaucracy, and these two men or women, whoever they are together working. And in between this entire set of elected representatives, they have gone for a toss. None of them are happy because they don't have powers. They only enjoy the perks of being elected representatives, but inside they don't have powers to do any work.
So you're saying the Babus have all the power?
Oh yes, it is being run at the center also. The center is also being run like that. Ministers don't have any powers, and states are also being run. Right. So very powerful leaders have emerged in our country, and these powerful leaders, a lot of them are very eccentric, to use that word. So people fear them a lot. So we need old kind of political parties where, a Bajpayee kind of a leader who could take people together, and then, and different voices he could hear, and also keep a very good set of people along with. So I would talk especially in case of Bihar. So you have a chief minister and a deputy chief minister. Both of them are of a certain level, educated, and they are the symbols. And rest, the kind of people they give tickets for contesting, hopeless, right? So we have an example of even Shatrughan Sinha's son, Love Sinha. So personally, I don't have any problems. In fact, I was there in the nomination center today for my second set. He also came. Now he has hardly come to Patna. He stays in Bombay. He's a Bombay guy. Right. Congress is given a ticket. And one of the reasons Congress is down and out in a place like Bihar, because they are putting somebody in a Bombay guy, Bandra guy, and in a Hastings here. How would he manage against local set of people? So, even before he is in, he's only going to gather a few votes on the basis of that Congress party has, but he has no credibility to come and really contest these kind of elections. One of the reasons I did not join a political party was I understood that I'm a complete misfit in these political parties, right? I need to be with them for 20 years. My shoes have to be completely worn out. I need to go to the airports, receive them. All my life, I will be doing this. And after that, I don't know what's, and I need to do wrong things. Look at Gupteshwar Pandey. He left his job, DGP of Bihar. He joined JDU and he did all kinds of wrong things. Look what has happened. He did not get a ticket. Right, and rightly so. I was very happy that he didn't get the ticket. That's kind of a good signal for the rest of the bureaucrats. Don't shift too much towards politics while you are in the job. My plan is to create a party. I'm a very big socialist. I feel that people should come together, and but I'm pro-investment, which I was talking in the morning also, and a good mix of socialism along with investments and industries is what at least Bihar requires. You know, one of the poorest states in the country, almost all parameters, we are on the lowest level. So there is so much to do. I think 3 lifetimes of mine, I do, and still it will not be enough. There's so much to do. In such cases, I wonder how politicians are able to go to people and why they are not ashamed. Because while I'm moving all these places, I find there's so much of, what do you say? People are so sad, right? And obviously I get the heat also. Today also I was in the field and said that so many people have come, and most of the places they said, my representative have never come. So one, you're welcome, you have at least come to this place. In 35, 40 years, nobody had come there. And second, you would be one of the same persons who's going to just come, garner votes and never come back, right? Genuine complaint, because that's been happening. So my next step is I want to be an inspiration for young set of people, and which is why the kind of campaign I'm running, which is 10 rupees, 20 rupees, you go to my Facebook, you will get all these people, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees. So I've got 18,000 rupees as of now. I think by the end of the campaign, I would get 40,000. And I'm using, in Bihar's language, it is called, a bus of 11 number. 11 number is the 2 legs. Right, so 11 number ki gaadi, which is I am actually on foot, moving all over the city. I don't know how much it translates into vote, but at least I'm getting the goodwill. I'm understanding the problems. I know their problems, and in whatever way I can be a voice of theirs, I would try and do that, because politics is not only about being an elected representative. There is no opposition voice. Unfortunately, even Tejasvi Yadav, he got such a good platform, but he is not present 4.5 years. He also remains mostly in Delhi, or he doesn't raise voice. So the wisdom which was required, what he got, is not there. And I think most of the family people, this is what is going to happen. Their dads and mothers are very good. Obviously, they work very hard, self-made men and women, but like Love Sinha, father, and even Pushpam Priya for that matter, right? It's the same story. These are all people who are parachutes, they've come. They just can't understand, but they have loads of money. They can market themselves, advertise themselves. But, in Bihar, politics is very difficult for them to be there. Like Nitish Kumar is a self-made man. Lalu Prasad is a self-made man. It's very difficult for these guys to really, understand and kind of give a vision which is required, because they are all chained by their parents' thoughts. Even for that matter, Ramvilas Paswan, who recently died, and I felt very sorry for him because he was a very tall leader, but his son, at least he's much better than the rest of the lot. But these are all family prodigies.
I want to talk about something that you pointed out when you started answering my question, is that people now vote for the banner or vote for the person or the 2 leaders.
Absolutely.
And this has happened time and again, be it the assembly elections, be it the Lok Sabha elections. Indian voters have been blamed for not understanding the issues or not voting for the issues. They vote for the names, be it Modi, be it Rahul Gandhi or Nitish Kumar or Lalu Prasad Yadav. How do you plan to change it? How do you think you can make them understand, see, this is the issue, this is the structure actually of the democracy. You're voting for this person, immediate person. You're not voting for a chief minister, not voting for a prime minister. You're voting for your representative to divert their attention towards the issues at hand.
So one good example, although not everyone agrees, is Arvind Kejriwal. At least he had a team of people. So there's no Arvind Kejriwal. You're at least 6-7 people all of us know that they are there. It's a good example. He is unlike rest of the leaders, where at least 8-10 people are known who are always there and they are raising issues and talking. I would like Bihar is a much bigger state. So the first thing would be social representation of all classes and people, which is absolutely important because people want political representation. And that's a part of democracy, and that's very important. I also want a very good mix of people who are grassroots level, panchayat and ward councillor people. That itself is an education, isn't it? So people talk about educated people. I'm not a big fan of educated people. I feel that these guys who are actually coming from ground, they have their own education, which people like us who've been to colleges and stuff like that, and we've studied in big colleges, we can't get that education. And I need those set of people for me to understand the real issues. So I am actually banking, and I'm kind of a supporter of a very good mix of both set of people. Now, what is the problem with those set of people? They don't understand policy. They don't understand economy. They don't have long-term vision, right? There is some value of education also. So definitely. I'm creating a good mix of people along with me. And once my party, after elections, and it is deliberate. I didn't want to bring my party because, then people will, I wanted to check myself whether there's somebody who responds to me or not. Thankfully, people are responding. And my point was, how do you announce yourself a leader? You can't be a leader until people say, yes, you are talking sense. So first, I'm kind of experimenting and work in progress. And then there are a large number of people waiting to really join me. Once they see, thankfully, the kind of response which has come is a welcome change. And one of the reasons we are talking to each other is because people must have supported me in some way or the other. And for us to really, you were sitting in Chennai, and I'm here in Patna, and that to a guy who is just 1.5-month-old baby in politics. I think that's a good sign of people like me being accepted in a place like Bihar, which is in the lowest level. I think it's a welcome sign.
Do feel free to like, share and subscribe. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.